Hey guys, welcome to Cubing with Jagger. Today I'm going to be showing you all kinds of cool patterns on cubes, so let's get right into it. Starting it off, we have one of the most basic patterns in cubing. It is the checkerboard pattern. It's basically just opposite colors on every side, and so many people know how to do this, but it's still definitely a very cool pattern, and yeah, so it's, again, quite basic, but I think it's pretty cool, so yeah, on to the next one. Another basic pattern, but again, a cool one, it is the dot pattern, as I like to call it, and that is just where you have a completed side minus the center on every side. And yeah, so it looks like this. I always like to do yellow, blue, and red, because those are the colors that I display my cubes with, so yeah. And now on to the next one. A little bit of a different pattern, similar to the dot pattern. It is like the checkered dot pattern, as I like to call it. It's just the same thing, but on two of the sides it's solved, and on the other sides it is opposite colors as a dot, so that's just another cool one, and pretty basic, but I really like it. Next up, in my opinion, one of the coolest patterns, it is the cube in a cube pattern. I just absolutely love this pattern. It is one of the best. It is a cube and a cube and a cube on a 3x3, but for instance, if you take it to say a 12x12, well then it is a cube and 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 a cube. But most times people just say cube and a cube. But this is just like amazing to me. Like, I can't really think of a cooler pattern if I'm honest. But yeah, I really like this pattern, especially on big cubes, and I'm really glad that I know how to do it because solving it into this would be a nightmare. Another cool pattern that I really like is kind of like a checkerboard, but if you actually do the checkerboard pattern on it, it just gives you a different version of this checkerboard. So this one is like if you just took all of the edge pieces on all the sides and just kind of like rotated them. So this was blue goes to the yellow side, yellow goes to the red side, and red goes to the blue side. So yeah, this one is also very cool. I really like this one, but I don't know the algorithm for it, so I always just have to solve it into it. So it takes kind of a while, but still a pretty cool one. Next off, we have the diagonal stripes pattern, as I like to call it. I found this one out actually by myself. I'm sure people have found it before, but I basically just did these moves, rotate, these moves, rotate, and just kept doing it. And yeah, if you do that from a solved cube, you get that pattern. So that's another cool one that I really like, and I just think it's like a cool thing that it goes like down, back up, and down, back up. It just kind of continues with itself, and yeah, so that's one of my favorite patterns also. Now on to the next one. This is a very common pattern, but another one that looks really cool, especially on big cubes, which I'll show you in a second, and that is the Superflip, where just every edge is flipped in place. And yeah, so this one is also very cool. I really like it, and it is pretty easy to do too. You just do MU prime, MU prime, MU prime, MU prime, so MU prime 4 times, and then you do this rotation and just do it, and you just do that 3 times and you've got the pattern. So I'll show you it on a big cube. Alright, and there we go. We have it done on a 7x7 cube, and this one just looks so cool. I really like how it looks. Like, it's like every part of the edge is flipped, but it's like not like the entire piece like on a 3x3 would be, and that's just because there's obviously more edge pieces on this, like in the center. And yeah, so this one is just like really cool looking to me, and yeah, so that's pretty much it for this cube. But another pattern, if you can even call it that, I really like is this pattern. It is kind of like a swirl going up, and I'll insert a picture right here of this done all the way from 12x12 to 1x1 with the cubes I have, as well as a cube doing that 12x12 to 1x1 on my cube and cube pattern. So you can also do some pretty basic patterns like a checkerboard on a 2x2 just like this, but those aren't as cool. So I think now I will just kind of show you all of the main patterns that I've shown in this video. So we have the cool checkerboard, we have the diagonal stripes pattern, we have one more actually that I want to show you. If you just do M2 prime and then U prime D, M2 prime, U prime D, it's kind of like checkered crosses, I guess, because you have crosses here and then checker on the top and bottom. And that's just another one that I kind of found on accident, because it's not very many moves and you can just kind of do that sometimes. And then we have the dot pattern, of course, and the cube in a cube, and of course the cube in a cube on a really big cube like a 12 by 12, and the checkerboard on this 11 by 11 here, and of course the Superflip on my 7 by 7, cube in a cube on this, the checkered dots right here, man we were getting close to the camera, and of course the swirl right there. So yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for this special video. I have one more coming out for 150 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for getting me there. And also, I just wanted to mention, thank you so much for anyone who's watching this, because you guys watched my YouTube short that I put out a few days ago. Literally 400 times in 7 hours. Like, that's crazy. And yeah, so go check that out. I will put it at the end of the video, but yeah, anyway, don't twist me corners on way. Bye! Oh, and of course, this is my favorite 1x1 pattern. I really like this one, it looks really cool. Just wanted to mention that at the end of the video. Bye!